Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is Todd, Southern Sipper, coming to you from the back patio on what has turned out to be a pretty freaking glorious day. It is about 80 degrees, and that's just, man, it's so nice when you, I harp on it about living down here and working outside in the deep south. Man, and 80 degrees is just gets to where it's heaven. Now, why is it 80 degrees? It's supposed to rain. It's been supposed to rain since yesterday. It hasn't happened yet. Now, the radar is lit up. I mean, it's lit up. And it's coming. Be honest with you, I'm surprised that I've been able to get out here and get this done. Now, this is a THC video, so the second half's going to be inside in front of the mugshot cam. But just to be on the safe side, because I expect I'm going to do some yammering in this first half that I don't ordinarily do, we're going to get right into this one. This is the Happy Can. This is Citrus Haze. Now, to be perfectly straight up with everybody, they sent this, and I've done a review for them already, but it's been a little bit back. I'll link it. I did their root brew, they call it. It's really tasty. And back when I was a kid, I just loved root beer. My dad kind of hung that on me, you know. But let's talk about this one. This one is the Citrus Haze. It had 10 milligrams of Delta 9, 10 milligrams of CBD. Now, I generally would like 5-ish milligrams, but it's supposed to be flood and rain tomorrow. I don't have a lot on my schedule, so guess what's about to happen, boys and girls? All of the Citrus Haze is gonna go. You know, it kind of smells like a Mountain Dew. Now, y'all keep in mind, it's been a long damn time since I had a Mountain Dew. But from what I can remember, you know, it used to be a Mountain Dew type drink called Ski. You might remember that. It had a little junk down in the bottom of it all the time when you poured it out of the bottle. Now, that's sweet. That is not a tart citrus, but this is a soda, not a seltzer. Now, the Happy Can, the guys over at the Happy Can do have soda, seltzers, and gummies. And if I can keep it glued together, we'll talk more about all of their offerings on the website in the second half of this. Now, I hope everybody's Labor Day weekend was as restful and peaceful as mine. And one of the reasons mine was so nice was I really focused for a pretty good while and got all my projects in this yard. They're done. There's only one left, and you know what? Normally I don't like to do this, but guess what? I'm gonna swing this around. That pile back there in front of that bamboo, I still got to clean that up. But now I've got a wonderful, energetic little wife, and she's fantastic. And she's been chipping away at that, but now she hasn't been able to because she's been so busy with her family. She is gone right now. Me and the rescue sipper, who's right over there, we're bachelors, even though that's a little girl dog. Till sometime next week, because she's driving Miss Daisy up to Pennsylvania, because her folks, mother and father, and the aunt that's with them, if you take all the working parts, 23 of them, you can't put together one good driver. So there you go. She is what is my dog doing over there? Look, my dog, she's a fun little dog though. So they left yesterday. So I'm home alone, as they say. I need to slow down on that. Now, Rescue Sipper over here has been at work with me the last 2 days. I thought about leaving her at home today, but I changed my mind. Now it's going to be raining tomorrow, so no reason for her to go in. I probably won't even be there all day. I don't really have any projects or things that I can do indoors currently. I have a very pressing project going on. If y'all search the channel, find a short. I'm building a 20 by 80 shade structure, and I'm going to tell you something. That is a time-consuming operation when you fly solo about 75% of the time. It is not easy to do alone. I don't have much of a crew there, and the crew that I do have, we're still in the growing season, and everything. You know, if I pull them off of their normal duties, man, they'll be so far behind when the weather gets cool. And when the weather gets cool, we get super busy. So I just can't do it. It's just the kind of thing I got to suck up and handle by myself. And I've got a guy that comes in part-time. He's great. And we work great together. And when you got somebody that you work with well, you really can knock out a bunch of work. But he's a part-timer. Now, I have since called in a second part-timer. Talked to him today. So I hope when I do that doesn't rub my new wireless microphone. So he'll be in Monday. And then I have another guy that works 1 day a week. He's great. That's my buddy Earl. Y'all have heard me mention to Earl. He'll be there Tuesday. So first part of next week, I'm hoping to get a bunch done. They're probably going to be mad at me because it's kind of go from the old can to can't, you know. Now, old Happy Can sent me 3 flavors. The root beer, root brew. Normally I joke around and say root brew, but then it doesn't rhyme. Citrus haze and perp slurp. Don't even want to, I'm not even going to talk about what that reminds me of. Something that I've never been involved in anyway, but I know what it is. Hey, dog. She likes to get back, you know, she's just a dog. Likes to get back here and sniff every freaking little leaf. And in the fall, she's got an affinity for chewing up acorns, and they just started dropping. She's been really excited to find them first. She throws them up in the air and has a ball with freaking acorns, you know. But what I'm up to, I've been at this 10 minutes. I have barely mentioned the drink. So coming up, you know, in part 2 of said video, I am going to cover a lot more about the Happy Can and what's in this thing. That's when it gets, if any of y'all watch the channel, that's when it gets dicey, especially with a 10 milligram. I'm an enormous lightweight. I'll own that. I'm going to admit it fully. And I'm going to tell you the honest to God truth. It's a blessing and a curse at the same time, because I'm going to tell you right now, it's a damn sight easier to get 20 milligram stuff than it is to get 5 milligram stuff. I have to search the world over for low dose stuff. Now I have found some, you know, since I started doing these, and you know, and some of those fortunately have been companies that thought enough of me to send it for me to review. So if I want to restock, you know, I'm obviously going to buy it from them, and these guys are one of them. So in the second half, we'll talk a lot more about what they have to offer, you know, in that line. And then whatever, you know, when the old mind starts to wander, wherever it goes, you know. So, you know, now that we're 10 and a half minutes in this thing, I'm going to pause this pig, and I'll see you guys, as is usually the course, somewhere between an hour and a half to 2 hours from right now. And as per usual, welcome back to part 2 of the Happy Can Citrus Haze review. These second halves they can be really difficult for me. So I know I mentioned in the first half that I was going to cover all the important stuff right up front, and so we're going to get there right now. The can I reviewed was 10 milligrams of Delta 9 and 10 milligrams of CBD. Now, if you look at the label, I had forgotten what the dose was in it. And I saw 20 milligrams, like, man, I hate to do a half of something tonight. Read a little further, and it's 10 Delta 9 and 10 CBD. So now it's 60 calories, and that's going to be sugar, but the sugar is cane sugar. So that's always good. And there's a little bit of sodium. That's it. Natural flavors and all that good stuff. Now, what in the world? They also offer, they have sodas, seltzers, and gummies, and they have a lot of smaller doses available. Matter of fact, this 10 milligram, I think, is the biggest dose per container they have. They also have a 4 milligram seltzer, and a 4.5, I think it was, milligram gummy. That's the first time I've seen those. I've got a company I like to order 5 milligram gummies from. I've done a lot of videos for them, by the way. It's Melee Dose, if you guys don't remember. But anyway, it's been just over an hour and a half since I did that or finished it. I kind of nursed it along for a few minutes. And by the time I got done with it, about 15 minutes after that, I was starting to, things were rolling, I like to say. And, half an hour after that, I was pretty high, and I think I'm about to plateau, and 10 milligrams is usually a lot for me. And this is working on me pretty good. Now, y'all have to remember, I'm a lightweight, but I am really pleasantly buzzed currently. I don't think we're going any further than this, but I've been wrong about that before. Honestly, I think that covers all the important stuff. So I'll tell you what I got coming up on the channel. I do have a couple. I have another beverage, and I got 3 new gummies to get through here in the next few days. Now, I'll have a little bit more time. There's some bad weather. It's always an easy time for me to do these things, except I have to either sit in here on the front of mugshot stuff or out on the front porch, depending on how bad it gets. And I will have a little extra time on my hands since Mrs. Sipper's off on this family trip. We like to go out and do some things and sit outside together, and I don't like to do these on those particular nights, so it just frees up another night, but I'll be glad when she gets back. Goodness. Oh yeah, here's another thing that's something I'm angry about. Freaking DirecTV. I'm on DirecTV streaming. I live right, almost downtown, so I got fiber right to the freaking house. And the Disney Corporation has decided that they can no longer get along. So I got no ESPN, got no ABC. ABC probably, be better off without. It's freaking football season. Let's get this thing fixed. Y'all, come on. Y'all get this thing together. This is not acceptable. I'm an old Southern guy down here where, football is such a big priority, and I'm, going to miss some freaking games. till they get this thing figured out. And I've been on the internet. I've found some workarounds. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but I'll have made up my mind by Saturday morning. Now, speaking of Mrs. Sipper, we did a little review together. I'll link that up here if everybody still has hung in there with this thing this long. What are you doing, dog? Man, my dog is absolutely nuts tonight. She has been sprinting all over this house. There's a chili lime chilada we did together. That was fun. I wish I could find more stuff for the two of us to review together. That would be, but man, it's difficult. She hates beer, and that, you know, that's really still the biggest part of this channel, and not many seltzers. So she's a cocktail gal, and me filming and trying to make a cocktail and talk about it. I did that once. That was a little rough. I don't think I'm going to be doing that again. I'm just amazed watching the dog. The things that he thinks are important to do. But, you know, over the holiday weekend when I was doing that review with my wife, I actually reviewed freaking 3 beers. No, I didn't. Well, counting the one I did with her, that was 3. 2 other reviews I did. Can't even use them. Some genius forgot to turn his new wireless mic on during the first review, so there's no audio. It's just me. You know, like if I could narrate over it and it'd look like a really bad old Godzilla, you know. So that ain't gonna happen. So I got a different beer when I figured it out and went back outside. I turned the damn thing on and did a second review. And at some point in the second review, the power went out on it because the battery was dead. So whoop, those 2 reviews are gone. I mean, it's just not a big deal. It's just some time. But, you know, I paid $2.50 for each for those 2 damn beers. So that's like, that hurts me to just throw $5 out the freaking window. Now I got to go rebuy them or, you know, replace them. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. That's just me complaining about being silly. So, I'm not, at this point, I'm not sure what else I can cover. Y'all go visit Happy Can, especially if you're like me and you always kind of on the look out for, you know, that 5 milligram area. They got some nice they got some nice offerings on the website in that range. All right, that's it. I always mean to say this at the beginning, but can't make myself remember to do it. Please like and subscribe and leave me a comment. I love reading through y'all's comments. And as always, enjoy whatever your edibles, consumables, or whatnot. Please enjoy those responsibly.